Good evening, friends, and welcome to bsptrainings.com. My name is Amit, and today we are going to learn how to calculate depreciation in Essbase. Although we already had one example in the past about straight line depreciation method, today I'm going to show you one of the one more popular depreciation method called sum of the year digit method. Before I show you how it gets calculated into Essbase, I'm going to show you exactly what this depreciation method is all about and the formula behind it. Okay, so this is one of the popular depreciation method. As I mentioned, the assumption we use in this depreciation method is the assets are generally more productive when they are new, and their productivity decreases as they become old, right? So if you buy some machinery equipment during the initial days of its life, the productivity is high. As it become older and older, the productivity decreases. This is what the assumption, and therefore the formula used over here, we use a SYD abbreviation, and you find the same function used in Excel and Essbase. So SYD depreciation equals to depreciation base, depreciable base, remaining useful life, and sum of year digit. uh, what all depreciable base is, remaining useful life, and sum of year digit, I show you in detail in next example. Okay, now this example make your understanding simple. So when you buy some machinery like computer equipment, you know, the initial cost, let's imagine I'm going to buy a computer equipment, and the initial cost of the computer equipment is 45,000, and it is estimated the life of the computer equipments are 4 years. After 4 years, the salvage value or residual value of the product would remain 5,000. Okay, and assets are being depreciated on year to year basis. So I made a tabular view to make it easy to understand. So we are calculating depreciation for first 4 years. Depreciable base value is identified by reducing initial cost and salvage value, which is 40,000. Depreciable factors are sum of year digits. So how do you calculate 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1? Alternatively, you can use n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay. So when you take put this number in this formula, you find 16,000 for first year, 12,000, 8,000, and 4,000 respectively. And you calculate accumulated depreciation, which is in turn sum of all these value. It's like a running sum, 16 plus 12,000 plus 8,000 plus 4,000. So the depreciated value becomes 40,000, which is your depreciable base. Okay. Now before we run this into Essbase, let's do the same calculation in Excel in order to make it easy to understand. Okay, so I already capped the value over here. So the computer cost is my asset, and the initial value is 45,000, salvage value is 5,000. Number of useful year, we assume it's 4,000, and depreciable base we identify by reducing uh, computer initial cost and salvage value, right, which is 40,000. In Excel we already use a formula called SYD. Use a SYD formula which takes uh, four argument. First is cost, second is salvage value, and third one is lifespan, and fourth one is for which year we are calculating. So initially we are calculating for first year. The same argument I pass for second year, third year, fourth year, and I find this value 12,000, 8,000, 4,000 respectively. When I accumulate them, it becomes 40,000. So your output and the output shown in PPT is exactly same. Okay. Alternatively, you can manually write the formula as well. So the manually, if you calculate this, uh, is your depreciable base multiplied by remaining useful life divided by number of year digits. Okay. Put this number, you'll find the same value. So when I put this number over here, it's simple. Uh, Depreciable base 40,000 multiplied by 4 by 10. For first year, it is going to be 16,000 and 12,000, 8,000, 4,000 respectively. Now let's see how to calculate in Essbase. In order to calculate in Essbase in a financial cube, which we built in the previous class, I already have a member. This is a financial cube. I created a parent category under account called management reporting, because this analytics I wanted to use only for management reporting. Okay. So I use a member called 111100. This is one of my asset. This is my computer equipment, 111100. Yeah, cash checking. Sorry, this is my asset called cash checking, and I use a residual, life, and SYD depreciation method. So output would be going to store over here. Rather than I would be using a member in order to calculate some of the member like computer equipment would be right member. Okay, I'll be using this member computer equipment 157100. Okay, and the other two member I'm going to ignore it. This is I used in previous example to calculate my cash flow. So we'll use this member. I can use a calculation script or calculation manager and put the formula over here. So we use SYD function. The output is going to store under my accumulate depreciation, which is SYD depreciation temporary member I have used. So I use uh, SYD depreciation, and I use SYD function which takes three argument. Okay. Now the function and what argument takes, you can see it over here. The SYD function takes three argument: cost, member, salvage value, and lifespan. Okay, so I'll pass the same. The member which maintain the cost, so which is our 151700 is a computer equipment, and second argument is salvage value and lifespan. So second argument salvage value I put over here under my management reporting, or residual or salvage is same word, and lifespan I use a life dimension member. I'll calculate for first year. Okay, so the year dimension I'm going to calculate for the this function calculate for the range of year. So in our example in Excel we calculate for individual year, in Essbase we calculate for range of year. I'm going to calculate for FI8 to FI10. I pass an argument FI8 colon to FI10. That's it. I can validate this. The function is correct and save it. The same example I can use in calculation manager as well. Okay. So we call calc SYD. Once calculation done, I would like to test the output. So I'll put the same number in order to test our output is correct. So I connect to my Essbase cube in a smart view and focus those dimension members only. Do ad hoc analysis, and I can use any entity for the sake of testing. Take one entity, take one scenario, take one time period. Time period should be actually it's a yearly depreciation, so I should use for given year. For the sake of testing, I'm confining my focus to January month, and we are calculating for multiple year. Okay. Now let's put the value under account dimension. I'll be focusing on management reporting. Expand this, and we need a residual value life SYD depreciation, and I need a member 151700, which is a computer equipment. So now I put the same value over here, which I calculate into Excel sheet. For first year, let's keep only 1 month. So computer equipment initial cost is 45,000. Okay, salvage value is 5,000, and life expense for 4 year. Okay, I'm going to calculate for SYD depreciation. So I put this value, I'm going to save it, and then SYD depreciation is likely to be calculated. Okay. So you can invoke calculation from here and test the output. refresh, and this is the output. You see, SYD depreciation calculate for span of the year. Right, the first year output 16,000, 12,000, and 8,000 respectively. So your output and the output the system rendered exactly same. We need to calculate in turn these depreciated value to calculate accumulate depreciation. This is a simple example how to calculate depreciation in Essbase. In my next example, I am going to show you that a complete script or performing financial consolidation in Essbase. Uh, we would be using calculation manager in next example. For now, I'm going to stop here. Should you have any question, please feel free to write to us, BISP trainings and bispsolutions.com.